Hi everybody, and we're live now. I forgot to send us live, so we've just been talking for a minute, where we should have been live probably, and we weren't.
Grocery stores. You really missed a riveting conversation.
Yeah,
about grocery stores.
I was just reminiscing about some grocery stores that we had in Maryland that we do not. Did I post in the server? I don't remember if I did.
I think so.
I did. We're good. We're good. Nah, we're good. How's everyone doing? Yo, Starly, hello.
Starly's here? Good.
Hi, Joyker. Hi, everyone. Hope we're all having a good Monday.
I sure am.
Are you?
Today started, and now I'm here. This is one of those days that went by really fast, so.
That's a fair point.
I guess that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, my day went by pretty fast. I'm doing pretty well. I've been
Ankle's still broken?
My ankle's still broken. It's less broken than it was before.
Oh, nice.
I can walk on it a little bit with one crutch. I don't always need two, so that's pretty tight. Tight.
My ankle's not.
Your ankle's not broken.
It's not broken. No. I'm not stupid. So I got that going for me. Which is nice.
There you go.
Speaking of movies, we saw the new Wes Anderson movie.
We did. Asteroid City.
It was pretty good.
It was weird. It was a Wes Anderson movie.
I was gonna say it is a Wes Anderson movie. Yes.
Acting is very good in it. All of the acting is superb. You will either like the movie or you won't like the movie.
You will either like the movie or you will really, really not like the movie.
Yeah, it's
sort of the vibe it gives off. Very stylistic.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Bryce hates Wes Anderson.
No, I don't hate Wes Anderson. I thought it was really good. I thought it was really clever. I thought a lot of the directing was really, really cool. I just think his style is a little grating at times. It's a little, sometimes it can be a little much for me. Not saying that it's bad or anything. Not saying like too much as in he's doing anything wrong, but just like for me personally, it can be a little much sometimes.
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
Yeah. Did Scott add a mole to Lucia in his most recent Patreon post?
Yeah, I did. I thought it made her more milfish. I guess plug for the Patreon. The post today was MILF Lucio.
Probably one of the greatest posts you've ever done.
That it will be on Twitter, the non-lewd version.
It's definitely something that I think the fans probably all want a continuation of at some point.
You fiend.
What can I say? I just like older women. I don't care about admitting it.
Can you believe that?
Guard your moms around me. What's good, guys? What's really good? Congrats on 20K and 500 backers. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. That's more than we thought.
It's a lot more
Actually,
than we thought.
when we got funded, we were like, wow, that's more than we thought.
I remember that first. I mean, we talked about it on the stream, but that first day, Scott and I thought like probably get like 2-3K, and we were hoping by the end of the Kickstarter like 10K. Like that was like a really, like, if everything worked out perfectly, that was our trying to be like realistic expectation. So to be at 20K and have 25 days left is kind of fucking insane in a really good way. But yeah, no, it's really cool.
The problem is us. It's a confidence thing.
MILF Hunter Bryce confirmed. That, I mean, that is true. I do like older women.
Cringe.
Always have. What can I say?
There's a new season of Always Sunny is coming out. It's really funny. This reminds me of this though. You remember the Dennis System episode?
Uh-huh.
In this new episode, he does the Sind system, which is Dennis backwards, but it's like the same thing but for men. And the last step of it is to like say, "Do you need a tissue?" because it reminds them of their mother, and that like that's like the whole joke. I feel like that would work on you.
There's just something about a woman who's older being motherly. I don't know. I'm not.
That's why you won't let me help you with.
I'm not saying. I'm just
anything.
saying. Well, why? What do you mean?
I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it brings up some conflicted feelings.
No,
we went to a movie theater.
We
went to a movie theater, and I was like, "Listen, I park really far away. Like you have to walk. Like it's about half a mile walk from just where I park, just because I don't like being around a bunch of other cars because they're stupid and they open their car and they ding your shit, and I just want to avoid it." He's on crutches. He has a broken ankle. And I was like, "Do you want me to drop you off at the door?" And he's like, "No, fuck you. I'm going to walk."
No.
You're not going to drop me off at the door.
The reason I do this, because every single time this has happened, here's what happens. You pull into a parking spot, and then you look at me and you go, "Oh, I forgot about your ankle." And then you go, "You want me to take you to the door? I can take you to the door."
Well,
and then
yeah,
I go,
I do that.
And then I go, "No, because you're making fun of me, and so I don't want to do it." And then you go, "I was being serious." And then you get out the car and like, what do you want me to do in that situation? Cave and have you then make fun of me the whole time? No, I'd rather just fucking be in pain. Anyway, no.
We go to Cincinnati.
It's not because I think that it's going to. I don't even know what you're insinuating. I don't know. There's just something about listen. I just like women that are motherly, that are loving, that care for people. I won't go any further than that. Older women. Let's
spend this whole stream talking about your mom fetish.
Let's not. Let's keep it under wraps. Don't tell my mother.
Where do you think this started?
I don't know. What's up, Bryson Scott?
About this.
Hey, did you know your son wants to fuck people's moms? What's up, Bryson Scott? I'm just waiting for like the one day my parents do tune into stream and they're like, "Hey, son, dad here."
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
I know my sister and her boyfriend watch sometimes. I don't care about saying unhinged shit around them. My sister can hear about me wanting to fuck mothers all day. I don't really give a shit.
But if she listens, she's gonna find out I had a crush on her when I was a teenager.
Oh no. What's up, Bryson Scott? How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good.
Are you?
Yeah, I've had a pretty good day.
Okay.
You assume every time I come into stream with any amount of energy, be it high or low, that means it's been a bad day for me.
I just never know with you.
Like, sometimes I'll come into stream really excited, and you'll assume it means I'm having a really bad day.
I just never know with
Now,
you.
sometimes I am having a bad day, and Scott is the only person that ever sees that, except for Miami. But, like, sometimes I'll be having a bad day, and we'll be before stream, and I'll be like, are you okay? And I'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, do you want to stream? And I'll be like... yeah, I'll be fine. And I'll be like, are you sure, bro? Like, we don't have to stream. And I'll be like, no, I'll do it for the people. And I was like, I'll turn it on when we go live. And then like I go live, and I'm like, we're live now. And, like I switch into it, and then we get off stream, and he's like, how you doing? And I go, I'm gonna go to bed. I have a fantastic ability to snap into happy mode.
To lie to yourself.
Well, it's not to myself, first of all.
Wow, you lie to the people. Cringe.
Do you think it'd be really funny a stream if I was just sitting here like, hey guys,
You have done that before.
how you doing?
Just not often.
I have done it once or twice, yeah. So what about MILF Plus? Let's see, I'm telling the people just want another MILF, Lucia.
What's MILF Plus?
Like another MILF. Lucia.
I thought
assume-
this was like a weird.
If it was, I would already know about it for the record.
I was gonna say I just assumed you knew.
This is where somebody tells me it is a thing, and I have to run. I have to leave stream.
You have another monitor.
This is on my other monitor.
Oh.
You better draw Milfcia again someday, or I will turn into a Wolverine. There's just something about a confident, caring woman. I feel the need to explain myself. I feel like you're judging me.
Yeah, do you? Do you get that sensation?
I get that sensation that you're judging me.
I'm the father figure.
He doesn't come into play in this scenario. He's been kicked out of the house by me.
It's just a strange dynamic you're describing right now.
You don't need to explain yourself, Bryce. You're mega based for this.
You know, I finally got to the end of my biography on Alexander Hamilton. You know, somebody shot that nice man.
I'm getting so sick of hearing you say this to me. Oh my!
Somebody just shot him dead. Can you believe that?
Wait.
Vice President of the United States.
We're not asking the right questions. What about DILFs? With men, I don't like older men that much because I want to steal their wives. So I'd rather them just not be in the equation.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, I feel like we've done enough exploring about me and my MILF fetish that goes along with my bimbo fetish that you also publicly said on stream.
When's the Bryce fetish stream? Where we just
That'd be a long stream.
We talked about bringing back like sub goals. Like let's just every
Sub goal Bryce reveals a fetish. No, I don't think we'd want to do that.
You could probably get us banned for that.
Get us banned? I don't think I get us banned. I don't like anything. Well, I mean, we can't show porn or anything on stream, but I don't think I'd like anything that would get us banned. I do tend to like some things that people don't, but I don't nothing that would get us banned or get us in any kind of trouble.
We'll see about that.
All I'm saying is a caring mother.
I just realized my whole room is red behind me now.
It
I'm
is.
in hell, actually.
So how's everyone doing? How's everyone's Monday? Are we all doing good? Mondays for me, I feel like are typically pretty good. Honestly, my week is one of those like, and it might be because like of my job, but Mondays are like my most productive days, which typically means Mondays are the days where I'm happiest, and then it's all downhill as the week goes on.
Right, you tie your self-worth to your writing.
Well, it's me. Yes.
True. I don't know what else you would.
I'll turn this into a sad stream. I'll make this depressing.
New sub goal, depression stream.
Let's talk about all the pro stories I've had published.
Hey, we did it.
No, there was one. I have had one pro story, but the website's down now. It doesn't exist anymore. So like, did it really get published?
Oh, no.
You know. Doing line art right now, I feel like I'm getting the hang of it with each piece I do, kind of. That's good. That's good.
Just takes practice.
I've spent my whole day, I spent the first few hours of my day editing videos and doing, as Scott and I say, administrative work. And then I finished Kindred Heaven's book 2. I'm done. It's off to the press. Well, it's off to Scott. And then I was...
See you in a few months.
And then I was writing prose. What about you, Mr. Malin?
Well, I penciled this. I drew that thing I posted on... I didn't start my timer. Cringe. Okay. I did that thing I posted, the 20K celebration. Did some administrative work with Bryce. That's about it.
Our administrative work was mostly talking about baseball. It was a pretty busy meeting that we had.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I mean, like, it was. Like, I'm not even being sarcastic.
But I didn't start the timer for that.
I don't do the timers anymore.
Well, it was never really your thing. It was my thing, and you kind of stole it.
Well, yeah. Actually, no. I started doing it again because I was tracking my hour. Or I was doing like the hour thing because I had a period where I was having trouble focusing, so I was doing the thing where I would time myself and work for an hour. And then you were doing the whole Clockify thing, and every time I would talk about this, you would go, use Clockify, use Clockify, use Clockify. And so then I did it. I did it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I realized that keeping track of my work makes me hate myself. And so I stopped doing it.
Okay.
I realized that I'm not happy when I can see numbers that quantify how much work I do. It's the same reason I don't look at my word count anymore, because if I can see numbers that quantify how good I do, that number can always be bigger.
Have you considered that you're the problem?
I never said it was the system, for the record. I just said I stopped doing it because of that. Well, do bigger numbers, Ingo. I can do big numbers. You know, I wrote 11,000 words in a day once.
You know, I played a game against Ingo in chess earlier.
Okay.
He won, but not really. It was by time, so that didn't really count.
Ingo said, I won as usual. Get fucked.
Yeah, but it didn't really count. I'm still on like a 3 or 4 game win streak.
No, you're not. You just lost. You're not on any win streak.
But that one didn't count because it was a win by time.
Ingo capitalized the whole last word. He must be getting pissed off at you. You're talking a little too much shit, Scott. You need to back up. Second, you were 2 moves away from being checkmate. You awoke a fucking beast.
Yeah, but I was, but it didn't count because all of my moves were bad in the last like. I'll pull this game up. If you look at this over here has our move times, right? And so like, you know, we're taking about a normal amount of time, and then the time gets low, and then the time gets non-existent. I mean, just like bam, 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 bam. So I was playing poorly, but it wasn't my fault. I ran out of time. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And according to the analysis, I had at one point checkmate in 14 moves. So,
the real problem with chess though is that the other person plays.
Right.
If the other person didn't play, you could just win. How do you get better at chess, Scott? How do you get better at chess?
I'll let you know when I find out.
No, give them an actual answer. You told me 5 different chess websites you go to make yourself better at chess. You can give this man
and none of them work.
You can
I'm
give this
still
man
bad.
somewhat of an answer.
I don't know. Watch YouTube videos of people that know how to.
He's
play
gonna say
chess.
watch Gotham Chess. I swear to God, he's gonna do it.
Actually, no. I don't think his videos are all that educational. I think he's more just entertainment. Yeah. But I don't know. Watch some other. Buy a course.
Spend
play
money. That's cringe.
Do puzzles.
Ingo said buy a course or play a lot. Are you just copying what Ingo's saying?
I'm not actually. Is that what he said?
He did.
Okay, good.
Bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Oh, wait a second.
I just copy everybody. That's all I do.
True. It's okay, we copied Bunny Gun style.
Hey, Bunny Gun bit my shit, first of all. And then I stole his account and turned it into my alt.
Now, Scott, you've been playing. Let's move on from me. We've been talking a lot about me this stream. I don't want to talk about me anymore.
Right. You don't like you.
You. Actually, real quick, I got to sidetrack and say this. Since I've been editing our streams lately, I've realized how awful you and I are at speaking. And how many times you and I go, and not just me, I'm worse at it than you, but you are also bad at it. We are very bad at this, and I never realized it. I think it's because we start to talk without thinking, and then our brain has to think, But anyway,
every now and then Bryce just says something to bring my confidence down a little bit. Like in the middle of streaming, he's like, "I just want you to know you're actually bad at this."
Well, no, I said I was worse at it.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. You're terrible.
I'm sorry. I was just, I just want to help you get better.
How do you get better at talking on stream?
Go watch a course.
Stream a lot.
But no, it's like seriously, it's the hardest part. Like when I'm editing stuff, I have to like one of us will, because we'll all do this thing where we'll go, and then we'll start to talk in the middle of an somehow. Like we'll be like, oh, okay, and like we'll start to talk like that, and so like then it's so annoying. It really makes me hate us.
Well, sometimes you just have to start talking and find what you're gonna say after you've started.
Also, after editing yesterday's stream or Friday's stream, I will say I'll apologize to everyone. Like I knew that I realized that in the stream I was very adamant that Echo was not quiet. But after re-listening to the stream, I knew he was eventually quiet because I fixed the problem and things were good. But my God, I did not realize just how utterly bad it was. So I would like to apologize for being so adamant that I was in the right. But anyway, you play a lot of chess. That's what you do. But you have to do other things in your free time too. I'm convinced that, I know there are a certain amount of hours you work in a day, and I know you are done after a certain point. And I wonder, what do you do when you're not hanging out with somebody? Like when you're not hanging out with your Amy, and when you're not hanging out with me, and you have free time. This doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen at least once a week now. What do you do in that time?
Play chess.
You do that for hours?
Yeah.
I'm fucking nerd.
And I'm still bad at it. It's amazing.
What do you think? You think you're gonna get better than like Magnus Carlsen in like 2 months?
I don't know. I thought I could beat Ingo. I thought I could beat Ingo or maybe get my elo over 500
Ingo's
or
like
600.
Like it's like a chess manga, and he's like the first boss you have to beat. He's like your first rival. I feel like in like 10 years, you guys are gonna like meet up again at like a tournament and play.
And I'll probably lose on time again.
Yeah, your life
And
isn't,
then
isn't a
after
story.
we played earlier, he messaged me and he was like, "Yeah, I feel like we're getting a lot faster now." And I'm like, "Ingo, I just lost on time. I just like that."
Yeah, but
just
he didn't have to
happened
give
2
you time
seconds
this
ago.
time, did he?
No, I mean, I wouldn't have lost on time if he did.
So you're saying
I might have been able to find that Maiden 14.
So that's it. Just
Yeah, no, that's all.
You
I'll watch a baseball game if it's on.
play chess and you play OTP.
Yeah. Why? What do you do?
Well, you know what I do. I play a bunch of different games and I read a bunch of different books. Like ask me what I'm playing, what game I'm playing right now. I bet I'll give you an out of pocket answer that you don't even know what it is.
What game?
I'm playing Ys Oath of Felghana,
Okay.
which is
I
a
believe you.
JRPG made by Falcom. If anyone hasn't played any of the Ys games, they're very good, for the record. People don't play these games and it really upsets me, but I really like them. Ys 10 comes out this year. That's it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to simp for Ys a little bit. Ys is one of those really stupid series. I gotta talk about this for a second. You have to let me cook. I'm sorry. Where there are 10 Ys games, about to be 10, and Ys 7, 8, and 9 are numbered. Rob Kuro says I've played 8 Ys games. That's fucking tight. I hope have you played Ys 8 was the first one I played. Ys 8 is incredible. I played Ys 8, Origin, and now I'm playing Felghana. But they're numbered. So it's like you have Ys 1 and 2 and then, 7, 8, and 9. The problem is Ys 3, 4, 5, 6, blah blah, they've remade because they were old games. They're like Super Nintendo, like that sort of era games. The original Ys games are even older. They're like on the NES and stuff. And they have all kinds of weird things. Like Ys 5 was never brought to America. Ys 4 is 2 games made by 2 different companies that are entirely different. And so they've just gone back and Falcom has just remade a bunch of these games, but they haven't called them like Ys 4. Like they didn't remake Ys 4. They just made a new Ys 4 because they never made Ys 4 in the first place because there were 2 Ys 4s. They just like went back and they made Ys 4 and they just called it. They just gave it a new name. I don't remember which one is Ys 4. I think it's Celceta. Ys Memories of Celceta. And then you have like Ys Oath of Felghana, which is Ys 3, but it's not called Ys 3 Oath of Felghana. It's just called Ys Oath of Felghana. And then you have like fucking Ys Ark of Napishtim. That one's hard to pronounce. Which is Ys 6, but it's not called Ys 6. It's very confusing. It's very hard to get people into this series because of this, but everyone should play them. Start with Ys 8. It's very good. They're action JRPGs. They're really fun. There we go. I'll stop. I've been wanting to simp for this series for a while.
Well, you've sold me. I'm gonna go right home after stream and load up. What game are you talking about? Octo Traveler?
I've never played Octopath Traveler. How dare you?
Well, whatever it was, I'm gonna go play
It's
it.
Ys, spelled YS.
Of course.
Well, it's based off a thing from French mythology. Like Ys is a
French.
place in French mythology. Ingo said, "Why it's spelled like that?" I don't know. Blame the French.
I do.
They're the ones that came up with it. But yeah, basic.
I don't mean to be controversial, but if you're in our audience and you're French, I hate you. So.
Wow. Ingo said, "Fuck the French." Ingo, I think you're legally not allowed to say that. I do think you are like one of the few people, because of certain things that have happened historically with the Germans and the French. I just don't think. I think you're the one person not allowed to say that. But yeah, Ys is really good. Ys also, fuck you, I'm cutting you off. The one thing about Ys that's also really cool that differentiates it from other JRPGs that have like long running series is that while each game is a different story, kind of like like the Final Fantasy games, each one's a different story. They all follow the same main character. Every Ys games follows Adol Christian, who is a like an adventurer. And the whole gimmick of the series is that it's essentially his journals that have been found, and each game is like another entry in his journals. It does lead to some goofy stuff, like the fact that half the games start with him being on a ship that gets wrecked. But that's okay. You know, it's video game shit. Their stories are okay, but the gameplay is very fun. I really love this series. I just want people to play it.
What game was this? Octo Traveler?
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna Octo travel my foot up your ass. Bryce, if you're into retro JRPGs and are down for using an emulator, you should try Treasure of Rudra. I've actually never heard of that. I do like JRPGs a lot. JRPGs are a genre that for the longest time, I've had a love-hate relationship with, because when I was younger, I really hated grinding in games, and I really hated turn-based combat, but I really loved like the aesthetic of JRPGs, and I really loved the story, and I love everything about it except for turn-based combat. As I've gotten older, I've actually grown to like turn-based combat and grinding quite a bit.
How do you like grinding?
I don't know. I've just come to enjoy it. Not like grinding, like there are some games that do it well and some games that don't do it well. It just depends on whether it's fun to grind or not, whether you're getting satisfying things out of it. Like there are some kinds of grinds, like dodging the lightning bolts in Final Fantasy X. That's not fun. That's not worth it. But there are some that are. But lately because I've been getting into JRPGs a lot, I've been trying to go through and play a lot of, because I've still not played a lot. I talked last year, I've only played Final Fantasy 7 and 10. The only Dragon Quest games I've played are 8 and 11. So I still have a lot of great games to play. I'm playing through the Ys games right now. I really want to play the Trails games, but they really intimidate me because there's so many of them and they're all supposed to be super long. And I don't, but I'm going to get into them eventually. So basically I'm a nerd. I'm just as much of a nerd as Scott, but I get to make fun of him because chess is different than JRPGs.
Yeah, chess is cooler.
Wow, cringe.
Chess makes you smarter. And God knows I need that.
I think he said it's Star Ocean. I've never played a Star Ocean game. I've always heard that the Star Ocean games are bad. I don't know if that's true. Am I crazy? Did they just announce a remake of a Star Ocean game that people are excited about? Or is that a different old JRPG series? Have you seen the newest Final Fantasy 16? It just came out. Also, hi. I have. I think I was talking about it last stream. I think it looks really cool. I just want to wait until for one, it's not like a $70 game, but two, also until the hype has died down and people decide whether it's actually good or not, because Final Fantasy's been kind of all over the place, but it looks really fun. I'll probably buy it even if people don't like it, just because the combat looks really fun. Also, the DMC guy doing the combat and saying it's his magnum opus. It's pretty, it's kind of hard to beat that. How about Phantasy Star? The only Phantasy Star I've ever played is Phantasy Star Online. I played quite a bit of Phantasy Star Online back in the day. I don't remember which one, because haven't there been a few versions of it? It might be Phantasy Star Online 2. But back when I was in like middle school, so like a long time ago at this point. I've never played any of the original Phantasy Star games. Well, Scott, how do you feel about all this?
I've never played Octopath Traveler. In fact, I don't even know what it is, really.
It's a JRPG that's meant to be like old. That's the whole gimmick. It's like, hey, remember how you liked old JRPGs and Final Fantasy? Well, we're not doing that with Final Fantasy anymore, so we made a new series to do that with.
Well, that sounds right up your alley, then.
Yeah, but I've heard the Octopath games, like the stories are not good. Which, like, I'm not gonna. I have a really hard time getting into a JRPG, especially a turn-based one that does not have a story that I enjoy.
Aren't they notorious for having shitty stories?
No, That's the whole gimmick with JRPGs, is that they have good stories. Bad ones have bad stories. You think everyone was playing Final Fantasy for the gameplay back in the day?
I don't know. I've always heard Final Fantasy has like a really shitty story, like overly complicated and trash.
Every single game has a different story.
Yeah.
There are 16 of them.
I thought they all sucked.
No, that's crazy. If anyone ever told you that, that's a really bad take. Their stories are...
Don't they do like the meme where it's like you have to...
You're thinking of Kingdom Hearts, I think, is what you're thinking of, which is a different series entirely than Final Fantasy.
Am I?
Yeah. You're thinking of the one where it's like, it's super complicated and you gotta watch all the videos to understand it. That's Kingdom Hearts, because it's all one continuous series.
Maybe it is.
Yeah. I know for a fact you're thinking of Kingdom Hearts because I'm the person that told you that. Because I love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts has an awful story. Yeah, that's true. But no, the Final Fantasy games, I mean, they're hit or miss. They're also a bit anime-y at time. That's what I would say they suffer from most. But no, I would say the final. I would say most of the. I mean, I've only played 2 of them, but the other ones I've seen people play, the stories seem cool. I love 10's story, and 7's story is pretty cool. But that was the whole gimmick of JRPGs back in the day, is that's what appealed about them, was the storytelling. They were essentially the only games that could get away with having storytelling.
Huh. Okay, I mean, I believe you.
Hello, wow, I love your art style.
Thanks. This is definitely the best thing I've ever drawn right here. So good timing on that.
What Lucia is this even?
It's like businesswoman Lucia or something.
Have you ever done like a samurai Lucia?
No.
Why?
I don't know. Because drawing armor is hard.
Can you do like a MILF samurai Lucia? Where it's like her and she's like, oh no, I have to go give birth. Like it's you know what I mean?
Jesus.
I'm just fucking with you.
Now, in other news, there's a baseball game tonight, Bryce.
That is true.
As of this second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As of right now, I don't think it'll get rained out.
It are 2 teams playing one another.
Yeah, Scott is a fan of the Cincinnati Reds, and I am a fan of the Baltimore Orioles, and they don't play that often because they are in separate leagues. But this is one of the few times they do play, and we're both good, which is equally as rare.
That's true.
The stars have aligned for this this series. I'm convinced your guys' 12-game winning streak was just so you guys could be good for this series. Like, it was just like... Hello?
You just stopped mid.
Oh no, I didn't want to say a million times. I'm trying to get better about it. I'm trying to. You're seeing.
So instead you just stop.
Well, the silence is easier to edit out. You see.
Okay. Well, this is live.
The speed at which you're drawing is the speed at which you're drawing is impressive. Look at him go.
I am speed. Bean mouth, hair.
I like my favorite thing about the bean mouth is that sometimes people will I'll see comments on your post that people being like, bro, I love the bean mouth. And sometimes I'll see people like, still going with the bean mouth, huh? No, you're all in on it. Yeah, that's cool. It's really funny to me, like the different reactions. I love it. The bean mouth's great. Speaking of samurai, we should get back into Shogun 2. It's been a long time. Every day I'm trying to convince Scott to play video games with me again.
He's trying to drag me back down into the depths of PC gaming.
We used to play so many games together. We used to play like Civ.
Yeah, now you live here. We don't
Shogun
have to.
2 and Hearts of Iron. I still like those games. I still enjoyed that time together. But
yeah,
no.
But it's not. I'd rather go bowling.
I'd rather I'd rather play as Joseph Stalin, but you know, fuck me. I won't play.
I understand bowling may be difficult for you at the moment.
I'm sorry. I want to play Hearts of Iron. I'm sorry. I want to play as America and turn it communist. I want to form the War Pope.
Our America. War Pope! Honestly, the last time we played was when they added that update, and it was so complicated and annoying to play as Italy that I just gave up. I was like, fuck.
They turned Italy from the worst major power into the game to the worst major power in the game. It's really crazy.
It's outstanding.
It's actually incredible that Italy was that bad from base game, and they released a whole DLC for Hearts of Iron about making Italy better. And they're just still there. I wouldn't even say they're worse. They're just like just as bad, just in a different way now.
They used to be bad because there was absolutely nothing about them.
There was nothing unique about them.
Yeah, and then so they added a whole bunch of mechanics and stuff, and just awful, just not fun to play as. Now this may be different. We've not played the game in a long time.
The biggest problem is that in Hearts of Iron, because for those who don't know, Hearts of Iron is a World War II game, and it starts in 1936. You can start at 1939. I don't know why you ever would. I have never met a human being that doesn't start in 1936. So you start about 5 years before World War II, and there are no wars, like major wars, happening in the world in that time except for Ethiopia and Italy. Now, they made all of the mechanics about Italy being between this war with Ethiopia and Italy. The problem is this means you spend more of the game as Italy fucking dealing with Ethiopia than you spend actually fighting in World War II. There are so many revolts that happen in Ethiopia. There are so many wars that happen. It's actually insane. The only good part about it is that you can turn your country into like a religious state and make the war pope, and you can become like, you can make the pope the head of Italy and just become a conquering, warmongering pope, which is really silly and really fun.
Yeah, it's like a hidden path.
It's not actually. You have to meet certain conditions for it to unlock, to even be able to go down the path towards it.
You also can play as Poland and have a bear become the king of your country.
Yeah, because what is it like?
Pretty nice.
Essentially, like it because there's some stuff in Hearts of Iron. Because basically in Hearts of Iron, you have a bunch of skill. Each country, the big countries have like essentially like skill trees. They're called national focuses, and going down them, there are like different paths for either you can go down like a historical path. So if you play as like Germany, for example, like their historical path would be, like the remobilization of the Rhineland, and then it'd be like annexing Austria, and then annexing Czechoslovakia, blah blah blah. But you can go down like all kinds of paths. Like you can you can depose Hitler and kill him and become like democratic. There's a whole tree for that. But for Poland, there's a tree where you can essentially you can like introduce a king, and you have to wait, and like a bunch of kings come, and then isn't it like it's Anastasia, right? It's supposed to be like it's like an alternate history path where Anastasia lived and then went on to become the king of Poland, and you have to reclaim Russia. And if you do that, you can get a bear as your
because basically like the plot is like you can decide that she wasn't actually like of the royal family, like a Romanov. So I think it's Romanov, and it doesn't matter. But like she was a fake basically, and so you have to find a new head of Poland, and you can pick the bear. Wozniak, I think was his name, which was a real bear in World War II that carried artillery shells. You can also
there's this condition where like Trotsky will flee to Mexico and then can end up becoming the leader of Mexico and can like go to war with Russia, but with Trotsky leading Mexico. There's all kinds of crazy shit in Hearts of Iron. Like there's a lot of silly shit like that makes it fun. Yeah, the fun, honestly, I love playing as Russia in Hearts of Iron. Scott hates it.
It's just a lot. There's a lot of
I somehow have no problem with it. I don't know if I'm just really good at playing as Russia, but yeah, Russia has this really fun mechanic where in Russia in World War II, this little known event called the Great Purges were going on, and Stalin was killing all of his generals. Well, the problem is in a game, like you'll get this great general, and then Stalin will be like, I accuse him of treason. And so you'll just like, your generals just keep dying. And so in early Hearts of Iron, you essentially like, as Russia, just can't go to war until you get the purges over with, because you'll just lose all your good generals. It's a very fun game.
Sadly, America is dog water to play.
They are fucking.
They don't get
so
involved in
boring.
the war. Basically, your whole playthrough as America is trying to figure out how to get involved in the war, because like it's a war game, right? So you're just like trying to figure out how to get Senate votes and stuff. Like it's really
Hearts
not
of Iron
in line with the rest of the game.
Is an absolute war game, and what I mean by that is you can't even go to. There is no peace in Hearts of Iron. Like, you fight until the war is over, and there is no way out of the war until you finish it. The problem with America is that you can play America historically, and historically America waited until Pearl Harbor to get into war, which means essentially for like 6 years you're just sitting there doing nothing, which makes it really boring. You're just sitting there preparing for the war. Now on the opposite end of that, if you do play like that, when you enter the war, you will be so overpowered because you've not been at war and everyone else has been at war.
So it's like real life.
Yeah, so essentially what you have to do is you have to either turn America communist or fascist, which takes a long fucking time to do, and then be able to get into the war. And also, actually, the worst part about it is that if you turn America communist or fascist in the game, you then have to fight a civil war that legitimately is one of the hardest civil wars in the game. It's bad, and it can keep coming back if you're not careful.
This is all true.
Is there a mod for it that adds alien? Hearts of Iron has crazy. There is a one of the most famous mods. I forget what it's called, but it essentially takes the whole game and makes it Fallout New Vegas with like all the clans and tribes and everything. It's supposed to be like fucking awesome for people of Fallout because it's like supposed to be damn near like perfect. There's all kinds of really cool mods for Hearts of Iron 4, but I know the Fallout one is a huge one that people really, really like. I've never played it. There's one called Road to 56 that's really cool that adds, because the game ends in 1945 when World War II ended. I think it can go a little bit it can go past it, but like there's no
new skills.
Yeah, there's no new technological advancements or focuses or anything like that, so there's not really any reason to, by the time you get there the game is long over typically. But Road to 56 adds things all the way up to the Cold War, so like all the way up to 1956, which that's a lot more. Road to 56 is actually really cool. It just has some, because it's a mod made by just a group of people that really like the game, and because the game has so many things in it, you'll sometimes run into things that just like break your whole fucking game.
Sometimes Paradox releases something that breaks the whole game.
That is true. Yeah, they fucking, God, I forgot about that. Yeah, there are certain conditions that like because we play with historical focuses off, which essentially means that countries will do whatever they want. Like if you can play with historical focuses on, where each country will try and be like they were in real life, or off, where countries they'll just go down their focus paths at random. So sometimes like Britain will turn fascist, or like France will join Russia and become like communist. Like all kinds of crazy things will happen. But when they released that Italy DLC, there were certain focuses that just wouldn't fire off, or when they did, like they just wouldn't go the way they were supposed to. It was really dumb.
It's a good game.
I know there's also a mod for Hearts of Iron that makes it like a modern game, like with all like modern leaders and everything, that I think is also decently highly regarded, but I've just never played it because I don't really have much interest.
I know there's also a mod that turns all of the World War II leaders into like waifus.
That is true, I do.
And it turns the game into like a dating simulator.
Yeah, it's a really fun game. I don't really know why you would need mods for it. I've put like 200 hours into it, and I still feel like I don't know how to play the game.
Yeah, it's there's quite the learning curve. That's true.
It's very fun though. I will say, people actually say that Hearts of Iron 4 is a lot harder to learn than EU4. Europa Universalis, which is another game made by Paradox that is set in like the 1400s to the 1800s. Dude, I've tried playing EU4 a lot. That game is so much harder to me than Hearts of Iron 4. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I like the setting of Hearts of Iron. Like I find World War II to be really interesting. But I don't know. EU4 is too complicated for me. I was about to recommend Star Sector to you guys, but then I remembered Bryce is not into sci-fi. What is Star Sector?
Bryce hates sci-fi.
I don't hate sci-fi.
I seen somebody walk up to Bryce the other day and ask him about sci-fi. Bryce just beat the shit out of him. Like he took his crutches and just like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I thwacked
really
him.
Weird.
Because when it comes to games, I mean, I'll play any game. So long as it's good. I don't play bad games. Never once. I'll look into that later. I tend to like I like strategy games and things like that. I'm actually I have a lot easier time getting into them if Scott's also into them. Like with Total War and with like Hearts of Iron. Like I bet if Scott and I played EU4 together, I bet I would have a lot each time learning it, because here's the secret trick, right? Scott is really obsessive about getting good at things and learning everything about it. You're kind of seeing it here with chess, with how he is and how much he plays it. But the thing that's beautiful about this is that he essentially just learned everything about how to play Hearts of Iron and then taught me how to play. I'm a great learner when someone just teaches me. I have a hard time just like watching videos and learning things myself.
That's why it's very irritating that I'm still bad at chess. At least I've gotten to the point. I know I'm getting better because now I've gotten to the point where I can beat Bryce pretty much every game.
That's true.
But
they're still close games though.
Yeah, they shouldn't be. That's the problem.
Y'all into MTG? Does that mean Magic the Gathering? I think that means Magic the Gathering.
I think that means Magic the Gathering.
Or mostly only online games. I would say I actually very seldomly play online games anymore these days. Unless, like I used to play a lot of them, but I mostly play single player games. I just play online games whenever I game with Shroom. And, you know, Scott would game with me. And I've never played Magic. Not for any specific reason. I've never really come across. I feel like with card games and stuff like that, a lot of people get into them by knowing somebody who is into them. Like that's how I got into Yu-Gi-Oh. Was like because Shroom was really into Yu-Gi-Oh when I was a kid, and then you were really into Yu-Gi-Oh. Like we were really into Yu-Gi-Oh. I've never known anyone that's played Magic. What about you, Scott?
Magic the Gathering? No. You know I've not. You know better.
I would say I was asking if you play many online games. Sorry, I forgot you don't ever play games with anyone anymore.
All I play is OTP and chess.
I apologize. I meant online as in computer. I actually play a lot more games on console than I do on my computer. The main reason being that this is my work area where my computer is. So like, I don't really want to work and then sit in my work area and relax. I want to like leave and go somewhere else. So I typically go in my living room if I'm going to play games. But I do a decent bit of gaming on my computer. But I typically, if I have the option to play something not on my computer, I will.
Bryce hates computers.
Well, I also like to buy things physically. You know, Alan Wake 2 isn't getting a physical version. I'm so upset about this. I'm like the one person excited for this. And I'm like the one person that would buy a physical copy. I'm pretty heartbroken about it. Yu-Gi-Oh was great. Then they added all these monster types, and let you draw your entire deck while Pot of Greed is still banned. You just don't get it, Ingo.
I actually agree with Ingo.
No, I do too.
I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! I just hate anytime I would play and people would just like their turns would go on and on for like,
and they're just trying to get their
1
turn kill.
Yeah, and like it's so dull because you're basically forced to play a deck that has the option to like have a really efficient engine and draw all of your cards and stuff like that, and I don't like that. That is anti-fun to me, because it's just like muscle memory. Like I play, hey, look, I like actually drawing cards and being like, oh, what did I get from my deck? This is going to impact how I play depending on what I get, right? Like that's supposed to be how card games work. But in Yu-Gi-Oh, they changed it to where every deck now can just draw whatever cards they want, right? Like depending on what kind of deck you have, you can just like put certain cards in there that's like, oh, look, pick up this many dragon cards from your deck. Pick up this many Madolche cards from your deck. Like, it's just not... There's no element of... I don't even know if I want to say RNG, but, like, there's not as much... it used to be, like, when Yu-Gi-Oh! First got popular, it'd be like, oh, what did I draw? This is going to impact how I played. You'd have a general plan. You'd be like, I want to try and draw like this kind of card or whatever. But now it is like completely.
Nowadays, it feels less like I'm playing a game and more like I'm building my deck and then following the actions. Like, yeah. It feels more like playing the game is building the deck, not actually playing the game. And I think a big part of the problem is that it ruins the like I don't know. Last time I played, I remember there wasn't very much parity. Like everyone was just running a few certain decks, and I used to love I loved running just like stupid decks back in the day and just like doing fun shit. Because the problem is like there are a lot of types of Yu-Gi-Oh decks that have really cool mechanics and are really fun to play that are utterly like unviable in any capacity because of all the new decks.
Yeah, like they should still... I think a lot more people would want to play Yu-Gi-Oh! If it was still like a way to keep that parity. Like I want to go out and play Toon World, Well,
that's what I was gonna say. Like it was kind of fun, like during like the Toon World time and stuff like that, when the game was like really simple, but there were like a lot of interesting decks. Because like I don't know, it feels like almost like a solved game that they just keep unsolving by making it more complicated.
They should do like
Yu-Gi-Oh 2.
They should do like, how they like some games will get to this point and then do like release like the retro version of it. Like they'll go out and do
Yu-Gi-Oh Classic.
Like, Yu-Gi-Oh Classic or like like I think RuneScape did that.
WoW did it.
Warcraft did it, yeah. They should do something like that.
I guess you
could do that just by playing like, restricting decks to certain generations.
Well, that when you and I used to play, it was still pretty fun because we just wouldn't use. Actually, what killed us playing is when we started using modern decks. We had a lot more fun with Yu-Gi-Oh! When we were just running when I was running my Jurok deck.
Because he would have a Jurok deck, and then I made a Dragon deck.
I had my Buster Blader deck, which countered your Dragon deck.
He countered it with a Buster Blader deck, which made my Dragon deck useless. So I found this card that was like the Red Eyes Dragoon.
Yeah, your Dark Magician deck.
Completely busted. Yeah, my Dank Magician deck, as I called it. And that was awesome. But then in order to counter that, he had to find like
I don't remember
actually good decks.
Yeah, I don't remember. I wonder, do I still even have my Project Ignis on my computer? Hold on. I wonder if I I don't know if I do. I was gonna say I wonder. I know I was running a Zodiac deck for a while, which was kind of the meta for a while. But there was something else I was running too. It was like another Jurok-esque deck. Like it had like fire dinosaurs. I just forget the name of it.
Now my Amy had a Madolche deck, and it was, my God, I hated playing that deck. It was so annoying. And then when I couldn't play my Dragoon deck anymore, I just kind of got I lost interest.
Last game wreck, but I think you should get into Shadowrun Dragonfall and Shadowrun Hong Kong on Steam. Both are RPGs with interesting stories and good writings. I actually own all three of the Shadowrun like isometric games on GOG. I got them for free a while back. They were just like, I don't remember why I got them or how I got them, to be honest. But I've heard they're very good. I'm not the biggest fan of isometric RPGs, but I'll give it a try someday. Also, if you're into cards, Duelist 2, I've never heard of that. I like card games to an extent. I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh growing up. I like certain games, like I love like Slay the Spire and stuff like that. It just really depends for me. Like I just really have to like some people are just really into card games, that's their thing. For me, it really depends on whether I just like the game itself. I know it sounds stupid to say, but
Now, Rook is the best game.
yeah, Rook is pretty fun. It's getting a little less fun just because we're so good at it. Like it's
we can't lose.
It's really it's getting crazy how many games in a row we've won. We have a win streak.
There has to be like a gaming commission that steps in, right?
Yeah, and has to.
It's like, oh, this isn't fair.
We're doing like PEDs. I don't know how we're doing PEDs, but we're cheating somehow. There you go.
You know, it's supposed to storm again tonight.
Like here?
Yeah.
Really? There was baseball-sized hail here last night.
It's true.
According to my fucking weather alert. It doesn't say it's supposed to storm.
Well, that's just what I've been told, all right? I can't vouch
well,
for the...
what I'm telling you is that my weather app doesn't say it's gonna...
Well...
There's a 10% chance of rain all night. Except for 11 p.m. where there is a 0% chance.
Well, see. There you go.
Best game suggestions for consoles? Oh, that's a really broad question. There's a lot of good... What console? There's a lot of good games for a lot of consoles. What are you doing for dinner tonight, Scott? Are you cooking something?
No, I'm gonna try and get Five Guys because I've wanted it for several days in a row, but the place has been closed, so that's my attempt again today.
Five Guys is pretty good. Miami's cooking, which is nice. What is your most hated color, Scott?
Lots of green is pretty awful.
Now, do you hate it from an aesthetic point of view? Like you just don't like the way it looks, or do you think it's hard to incorporate?
Both. There are some greens that are really good, but most of them are bad.
You heard it here. Scott does not like the greens.
I hate green. Unless we're talking about money.
You know, speaking of which, if you like giving us money, you can head over to the Kindred Heavens Kickstarter page and buy our book and support us. That'd be pretty cool. I've heard it's good. The book, I mean. I just know the guy who wrote it.
We had a friend who called it one of the indie comics of the year.
Veldraw says, I got you Wednesday. Veldraw's the GOAT. Have you thought about doing any new OCs lately, Scott? Or did Stray beat you down?
That cured my itch for now. I mean, I feel like Isabel counts. I've been so involved in Kindred Heaven stuff that it's just been difficult to do much else other than keep up.
Fair. But hey, you're done now. And you get to start Kindred Heavens too.
I was gonna say I get to start all over again.
Yeah, but that's the fun of it. Bryce, you're gonna try and convince him to make a MILF OC? If I would think that would have worked, I would have tried long ago. But I know it won't. It doesn't matter what I say.
This is true.
I can tell him it'd be a good idea. I could show him all the dollar signs. Has this become like your new thing lately?
I kind of fuck with it.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I feel like I've seen you do this a lot lately.
I don't know if this pattern specifically will be the one that sticks for this drawing, but
Not knowing about patterns.
it's kind of funky. I don't know if I like it though.
Everyone sit in silence and stare at Scott's drawing. Form your own opinions about whether you like it or not.
That's why we're here, right?
And then unleash. You know, when I can walk again, we should do an IRL stream.
Should we?
Yeah, we should go out somewhere. We should go
Where?
bowling.
I don't even know how you would stream that.
Well, we'd put a camera in the bowling alley.
Do you think they would let us do that?
Motherfucker, I don't care. I watched a man rip that bowling alley apart to get a pin that was stuck in the machine. I think they'd let us do anything in that bowling alley.
That's true. Now this.
That's pretty fucking tight. People like ducks. What does this mean, Ingo? Oh, go feed some ducks. I see.
People like ducks. This is not bad, but it's too dark. It needs to be brighter. But I still don't know about this. Because it's too realistic. It's not patterny enough.
We saw some pretty cool ducks. When we were in DC, there was just like this giant pond of ducks.
That's true.
It really stuck with me, these ducks. They were there was just so many of them. Also, is there still that one? Was it a duck? That thing that was outside your apartment?
Oh, they're gone, bro. They
They left?
They grew up.
They didn't hang around?
No, they're out there. You see them in the pool sometimes.
Is that true?
Yeah. They just chill in the pool. I think the Stoner Lucia arc has been my least favorite so far. It was like one drawing. It was like one drawing, and then some people did fan art of it.
Ow, I just stepped up with my left foot. I'm okay.
Don't do that. Turns out there are no good patterns.
Scott has bricked himself. He has run into what we call a real life stun lock. How will he escape it? Find out next
The ducks
week.
are still at the Waffle House. Hell yeah, dude, they get fed.
Yeah, you
If I was
see,
a duck, I'd stay there.
you saw how fat those ducks were at that Waffle House? They ain't leaving. You know, I told my mom about how I went to a Waffle House at 5 a.m. with you and we saw ducks and everything. And my mom also had gone to a Waffle House for the first ever time within like that week. And told me a story about it. And then I was talking to my niece about it and she was like, bro, Waffle House is so good. And I was like, what is this? Why is everyone going to Waffle House? The best part about a Waffle House is that they keep filling your coffee up and you feel obligated to keep drinking it, and you'll end up drinking 3 cups of coffee without even noticing it. What do you think the ducks at the Waffle House do during the day?
They're just ducking around.
Like, do you think they just like do you think they just live at the Waffle House?
I think they probably have like rounds. You know what I mean?
Like they go to the Little Caesars.
Yeah.
They go over to like the Cheddars.
Yeah, I think they have their own like system in play.
The duck
You know
system.
what I'm saying? The duck system.
Miami said she's hyped for tonight, but also tired. It's gonna be a good night.
Gonna be lit.
The Reds are gonna lose. Scott's gonna be upset.
It'll be fine.
My fridge is somehow slowly filling up with beer. Your Amy keeps leaving over here, by the way. She left another beer over here.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's just funny. Miami said I found Funyun flavored chips. Is that different than normal Funyuns?
I was gonna say,
Are they like
Funyuns Funyun flavored?
Are they
chips?
like normal chips? But Miami said, "Don't worry, I got more today." I assume she means beer. Good.
Bryce, I need a decision: gray or black?
You're going too fast for my brain. You need to slow it down. I kind of like the gray.
All right, gray it is.
I feel like the black blends in a little too much. I don't know how. Oh my gosh. Make that the drawing. Post the drawing like that and have people just wonder what's behind it. That's like how you should pixelate things out. You know, we saw Asteroid City, and then we have Oppenheimer soon. And then I don't think there's anything else remotely that we care about, movie-wise.
Not for a while. We just have a lot of the Ghiblis to watch.
I mean, what even else is there this year?
Not a lot.
I was gonna say, yeah, like I don't know anything. I mean, I'm sure there will be more things, but just like off top, I don't know what else there is. What would you call this pattern?
Neat.
Teenage Kraken looks fun. What is Teenage Kraken?
Oh, that's that.
Oh, the Teenage Mutant. Is that the name? Is
No,
that? Oh,
no.
What's the subtitle for that fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Turtle guy, turtle car.
Anyway, what is it then?
I just that like animated Pixar movie.
Oh, Mutant Mayhem. Oh, Teenage Kraken. Yeah, I remember what it is now. We've seen the trailer for that. The new TMNT movie looks bad. I didn't think it looked super great. I'm also not a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle guy, so that's most of the reason I didn't think it looked great. Although I will say, I do love the games. Love Turtles in Time. I love the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Shredder's Revenge.
You're just a big games guy.
Me, a games guy.
Okay.
Go Ninja, go Ninja. Oh, I don't want to get us copyrighted. Never mind.
You know, we were on stage when that song was played.
That is true. We were on
I feel
stage.
like that gives us license to sing the song.
Maybe I don't know who owns the license to go the turtle rap. I don't know if Vanilla Ice owns that license.
I can't imagine they would take his license away.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. So Scott, walk me through the process. Why did you now remove the pattern, and why are you doing pink instead?
Because this pink serves as my mask.
So you can just select it all at the end?
Yes. So everything, I will show you here in a second when I finish this pose over here. So basically when I put down all of the pink, this is where the pattern is going to go. And that lets me very easily... hold on. Gotta do it, but... because of the way I set up my line art and my base colors, I can very easily just oh, that's not black. I can very easily go in and just put like any color would work. I just use this pink because it's an awful color that I would never use in a real drawing. And I put it down about like this. And then I can use my wand, select where all of the pink is, go to the pattern, and then just put a mask on it. And there you go. Got the mask done for all the patterns.
Just do that?
Just do that.
It's almost like it almost reminds me of like the Maryland flag.
Yeah, I could see that. See, it's weird. It's visible on this instead of just like tucked away inside the uniform.
That is boomed me. I hope we don't wear the City Connect jerseys.
I think it's only like Friday home games, right?
Oh, is it? I don't know. My team's never had one till this year, so I've never cared. Oh God, does that mean they're gonna be wearing them at the Reds game?
Yeah.
Woo! You guys aren't
Sure
as bad
does.
as ours.
No.
They're just boring. Ours are bad. When do you think the next time you'll make a drawing where the crab is the centerpiece?
I don't know.
You should do another drawing where Alfredo is the it's not like a Lucia post sheet, it's an Alfredo post sheet. Did you ever post that Thor post sheet?
Yeah, I did that a while back.
Did it do well?
I mean, about as well as anything does in this awful climate that Twitter is in currently. Don't even get me started on it.
Scott said, "Wow, it did incredible. Thank you, everyone." Is what he meant to say.
For sure, B, for sure.
Alfredo's the name of the crab? Yes.
Yes.
We are not starting Gunnar Henderson tonight. Fucking crazy.
That's pretty funny.
We're starting Urias at third. Wow, that's really dumb. Why ever give Gunnar Henderson a day off?
Don't worry, the Reds are probably giving like half their lineup a day off.
I can tell you your whole lineup right now.
Okay, do it.
It's Newman, McLean, India, Cruz, Steer, Senzel, Stevenson, Friedel, Casali.
Novato?
Novato.
Cringe.
Newman's at first base.
Cringe.
Kevin
Newman.
Ours is Hayes, Rutschman, Santander, Hicks, Urias, Mullins, Westberg, McKenna, Mateo. I wanted you to see my boy Gunnar Henderson. I mean, I guess you'll have 2 more games to see him, but
I keep trying to save this fucking pattern, but it keeps trying to save it as like a web dot something file. I have no interest in that.
what's the pattern from?
Well, I'll show you when I... Ah, yes.
You gonna put the Maryland flag on it?
Yeah. Which way does it go? Is it this way or... Oh, I guess it doesn't matter.
I was gonna say it doesn't really matter.
Let me cook. Let me cook.
I mean, the Maryland flag's pretty fucking tight. I think it's one of the coolest state flags, but I'm a bit biased.
You?
I'm glad Mullins is back. I need to go to a live Orioles game soon. Mullins is it's always good to have him back. Hopefully Mountcastle's back soon. I'm shook that somebody's talking back to us about baseball.
Specifically the Orioles. I will say your flag looks cooler than the Kentucky flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, it kind of goes hard. But also kind of looks stupid, but
it looks real. A lot of these look really good on the left pose, but I feel like they get a little muddy on the other poses.
Well, they don't have the rest of their colors in yet, so that might be why.
That's probably why. I don't know shit about shit, for the record. I'm a stupid, dumb person. I know more.
No, I know more.
I mean, they both go pretty hard.
Guess I'll just put in the rest of the colors.
US has a lot of bad state flags. Well, the problem with most of the state flags is they have like actually no artistic direction. And so they're just like stupid shit. I mean, just like a color and a symbol, or just sometimes just like a color. The ones that are good are the ones like the Maryland ones that actually have kind of like a pattern or some kind of direction to them. They actually look like they were made to look cool. The Maryland one specifically looks really good on like clothing too. Like you'll see a lot of people wear like black hats with like the brim being the Maryland flag.
Why don't I ever see you walk around with a Maryland flag?
Because I lived in Maryland. That was enough. I don't want to publicly support it.
Unfortunately, the Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg fights off.
Oh, is it really? No, I didn't.
Yeah, no. Elon's mother told him no. So that thing that was definitely going to happen before.
That he would have done it though if it wasn't.
He would have done it.
He would have, and he would have cleaned house. He would have fucked the Zuck.
I would have bought the pay-per-view. They should do a WWE match instead.
Yeah. Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg at WrestleMania.
Hell in a cell.
That would have been such a boring fight. You haven't seen Zuckerberg in his gi. I'm telling you, when you see that, and then when you see that image of Elon getting out of the water, I don't know. I think they would have made each other bleed.
It's just so weird how like people have turned, I guess not for, like Zuckerberg used to be the one that nobody liked. You know what I mean? And now they I guess they found somebody that they liked less with Elon.
I mean, it's just easier to hate in the current moment. And people's attention span only has enough to hate one person at a time.
That's that's true.
Like they can't both be bad. It's like it's not even that they think like Zuckerberg is good. It's just they don't even think about him anymore because they're hating the person they're currently hating.
WrestleMania, social media on a pole match.
Jesus Christ. WrestleMania Twitter on a pole match. Could you imagine though if they did a WrestleMania match where it was like the gimmick was the winner gets Twitter? They put Elon over. He becomes the biggest heel in the industry. They could book this.
I don't like the Maryland flag. It doesn't fit.
You're right. She's not from Maryland.
True. She's from Panties Landing.
Drew do a Panties Landing flag.
It's just a panty. It's not even a flag.
Well. But yeah, I feel like there's not many like movies set to come out this year after Oppenheimer that we're interested in. I'm trying to look. Really, we had this great period at the start of the year where there were just so many movies coming out.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm not used to watching movies as they come out though.
It's true. You're not used to watching movies at all.
No, I watched like 70 movies last year. That's a lot for me, for the record. There's an Insidious movie coming out in July.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get Miami to go watch that.
I don't want to watch it, for the record.
Yes, you do. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, there's the Gran Turismo movie. That looked awful. That trailer that we saw for it.
It looked really bad.
It looked incredible. I could not believe how bad it was. There's The Nun 2.
No way.
Oh, that Scorsese movie comes out this year?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
It comes out at the end of the year, but it comes out this year. Saw X?
I thought they stopped making those.
Well,
Was that a naive thing?
Yeah. A new David Fincher movie comes out this year. Oh, it comes out on Netflix. It's called The Killer.
I'm gonna guess that some bad things happen in
There's
that
a
movie.
Napoleon movie coming out this year.
There is?
Directed by Ridley Scott, who directed Gladiator, with Joaquin Phoenix.
What?
It comes out in November. Joaquin Phoenix reunites with Gladiator director Ridley Scott for this historical drama about the famous French general turned emperor. The film will be a chronicle of Napoleon's rise to power, told through the lens of his volatile relationship with his wife, Josephine. The film is also reported to have several battle sequences. Blah blah blah.
Yo.
I didn't know about that at all.
I didn't either.
There's a Willy Wonka origin story movie.
What?
There's a Willy Wonka origin story movie coming out.
Man, fucking everything has an origin story nowadays.
There's another Ghostbusters movie. I didn't know there was a Napoleon movie coming out. I can't believe you didn't know. You're the Napoleon guy.
I am the Napoleon guy, but no, I didn't know. I tend not to hear about movies that are coming out until like I see trailers for them. I don't really keep up with like.
That is fair. I don't know. You're always talking to me about how like movies are projected to do at the box office and shit. So I just assume that means you're like in the know.
Well, I'm in the know once I know about them.
I see.
this Napoleon movie. November is a little too far away from me to be in the
Twisted Metal Peacock series. Yeah, I keep forgetting they're doing a Twisted Metal series.
Bryce hates Twisted Metal.
No, fuck you. I fucking love Twisted Metal, first of all. Don't ever put that evil in my mouth. Although I grew up with Twisted Metal Black, which is not Twisted. Most people grew up with like the PS1 Twisted Metal games, but I mostly played that. That's the one I'm super nostalgic for, is Twisted Metal Black. Which is actually the first place I ever heard Paint It Black.
Is that true?
Yeah, because I think it's like the main music for the game. If I remember correctly.
The first place you heard it?
Yeah, because I played that game when I was like 5. The first place I remember. Like I remember when I think of Paint It Black, I think of Twisted Metal Black, is what I mean. That's what I associate that song with. TM2 and Black are the best ones. Head On was good too. I played TM2 and I do like it, but I didn't play that till I was older. When I was a kid, the only ones I played were Black and Small Brawl, which Small Brawl is not that great. But I did play a bunch of it as a kid. Been looking at your work lately and it's really good. Keep it up.
Thanks. I'll try.
Now, if I could just get us 2 Xbox controllers,
if only.
we could play that Shrek game.
Too bad you can't, though.
There's no way for me to do that. It's a real shame. What Shrek game? I don't know. There's some there's some Shrek game that the Amy's really love that they want Scott and I to play with them. And I have like my Xbox with like all the emulators on it and junk in my living room. That's why I said Xbox controllers. And it's like for the PS2. I don't know. It might just be the Shrek 2 video game. I don't remember, quite frankly.
Why did you even download that?
Because my Amy asked me to when I downloaded all the shit. A fair bit of games on there are games that she wanted me to put on there. You know, my Amy is somewhat of a gamer herself.
Pro gamer.
Played Shrek 2. Yeah, but I think there's another Shrek game, but I know one of them they want us to play with them is Shrek 2. And his Amy, she wants us all to do this so bad. But I'm not gonna buy 2 more Xbox controllers so all 4 of us can play it. So the ball's in their court.
I'm certainly not going to do it.
So the ball's in her court. We're gonna be real shocked when she buys them and then we have to play it with them.
Then I suddenly go away for the weekend. It's weird how that works.
Just buy me 2 Xbox controllers. Ingo says, I will play it with your girlfriend and tell you how it was. Damn, Ingo sounds like me and someone's mom. Out here hunting the moms. I just feel like that's going to get clipped and brought up a lot now.
Play Doing Your Mom by Ray William Johnson.
Yeah, take it way back. Feline says, I'm done with my line art. Congrats, Feline. Oh, Ingo said not my GM. I'm not flying in your Amy. I thought Ingo was over here trying to dab on us. What was the first drawing you did? These like the putting the pattern in.
Oh, I don't know. I've done these going back a while.
Really?
Yeah, when I did it with the the bikini one, the tie-dye, is the first one in a little while. But yeah, I've used this method for a long time. Pretty basic Photoshop masking. Nothing real fancy.
You paid for a course to do this, right?
Yeah, definitely. I have to find that pattern again because I need to copy and paste it, and I lost it.
How did you lose it?
I lost it.
Were you being
Actually,
stupid?
wait, I can do this. Well, I didn't realize that I was going to need one.
So you just said, surely I'll never need this again?
Why isn't this here? Oh, I see. This looks good, right?
Jesus Christ.
This isn't abrasive to anyone's eyes. This isn't overwhelming at all, right?
Why didn't you give Little Lou the bikini? Or like the pattern?
I'm gonna shut up.
Why haven't you done that yet? Do you know you need to do that? I'm just trying to help you.
This is the opposite of what I wanted. How do I do what I wanted?
I don't know. I thought you were the master of Photoshop. Ingo said this looks like a Windows XP PC crashing.
Okay, hold on. I can figure this out. All right. Okay, then we do like that. Got it. And then we do like... There you go. There you go.
There he go.
There you go. Yeah, I got the pattern the way I wanted it. And now I have to fix the... little chibi Lucia.
Little Lou. Why don't you ever call her Little Lou? That's her name.
Is it?
She's a different character, yeah. I'm just trying to introduce canon into all of our little creatures. Little beings. I don't know why. This is like one of my favorite little Lucias you've ever shown. I don't know, the face is really
Pretty good.
Face is really funny.
And bam.
You
Got
did
it.
it.
I did it.
He did it.
I need to give the crab like something else because he's just kind of hanging out. But
Give him a crab. Why is your instinct always a cowboy hat?
I don't know. And now I have to find a way to get this pattern. Hold on. Wait.
Let him cook.
There we go. There you go.
Just do that.
I told y'all I could do it.
I don't think anyone doubted you.
We got there.
I don't think it was like there were people in the chat like, oh yeah, okay, Scott Mellon can't do this.
No one's ever criticized your writing before?
Here's a question for you, Scott. Do you own a Maryland or not a Maryland?
Do I own a Maryland flag? No, I don't.
Do you own an American flag?
No.
I don't either.
I mean, I might own like
We're unpatriotic.
like a mini one. You know, this little mini, like that came with something, and I just put it in the closet. I might own one of those, but like an actual full-sized 50-foot American flag. No, I'm afraid that I don't.
That's cringe. I also don't
It
own
is
one.
a little cringe. Wow, that's cringe.
We're both cringe.
or cringe.
Do you upload the Safe for Work art on the Patreon? Yes, the $3 tier. At the end of every month, all the Twitter posts, the PNGs of them get uploaded. But if you are a part of the $3 tier and you're there, you get, it's all of them, like all the ones Scott's ever done up to that point since we started doing that.
It's true. There's no lie. Where's the lie, folks?
Draw something unhinged, Scott, here.
Something unhinged?
Yeah, like, I mean, just get...
I was going to draw something that was, like, actually a drawing. But then I'll draw something unhinged.
Wow.
It'll also give me time to think about...
Something unhinged that won't get us banned. Lucia committing arson. Oh, I'm tired. No, but I don't like.
So I'm gonna be drawing a character.
Okay.
And I want you to guess who the character is that I'm drawing. While I am drawing her.
Elise? No.
No.
Damn it. Can I ask? Is it a character from something from one of our things?
Yes.
I'm trying to cook here. Katarina.
Nope.
Damn it.
She's already been drawn before. This is not her design.
Oh, it's a character that's not been drawn?
Yes.
Oh. Rosalia then.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have gotten that. I didn't know it was somebody that hasn't been drawn yet.
Yes, this is the debut. The debut.
Yeah, Rosalia is a character in book 2.
It's true.
Book 2 of Kindred Heavens, I should clarify. Not just book 2.
I think they do.
Yeah, she is someone Isabel will meet. I can't really talk about the circumstances of how they meet. But she is someone that Isabel meets in book 2.
She's a goofy little gal.
She is a goofy little gal. She has some young children that hang around her a lot. That she is
not hers.
No, not hers. Like, she takes care of some young children. She is like their big sister mother figure. Have you done any other designs from book 2, or is this the only one you've been working on?
I have the kids done. Except for the young one. What's his name? The one with the glasses.
Tyrone.
I've not done that one yet. Yeah.
It's incredible that I remembered his name. Draw Lucia and Horace relaxing post-coitus. Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what the Horace loot will be. It'll be very romantic.
If you draw that instead of another MILF Lucia, I'll be so upset. If you draw MILF Lucia but it's with Horace, I'll be so upset. Have you, for the other character, the older character, are you using the same design that you originally had for him? I'm assuming with some slight alterations.
I've not decided yet. I've been going back and forth on that. That's why he's the last one that I'm doing.
I see. Because he was the only one that had a design done, as far as I remember.
Yeah, so I gotta figure out if I want to or if I want to do something new.
Hey, for the record, I liked the old design.
Well, yeah, of course you did, because I did it and I'm great. I just don't know if I like it.
I'll show you the old Felix. I'll show the old Felix design on stream. I'll really out you.
This is my first time actually inking Rosalia, by the way, so this design is subject to change.
No, this better be how it is in the book. Or I'll go find a new artist who can do it right.
And also her design probably won't be final until I actually have to draw her, which is quite a little bit away. I just wanted to get an idea.
Yeah, you can't really draw pages of book 2 on stream.
Well, certain pages.
No, certain pages, but I meant like you can't do what you did with like book 1 where you just like drew like a bunch of the final pages on stream.
No. Unless we just do that. But there, at the very least, there are certain pages that cannot be drawn.
Yeah, she's a character that's relevant in book 2, but actually much more relevant in the later books.
But you gotta get her introduced early.
Yeah, she gets introduced in book 2. Did you know she's in book 2?
Book 2?
We're doing it.
What color hair does she have? Like red?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember what I wrote. I do think I said she had like red hair. That sounds familiar.
I've been reading this book about Alexander Hamilton, right?
Do you know somebody shot that poor man?
So somebody shot that nice man.
You say it like a grandmother. Why do you say it like a grandmother?
I feel like it's from something because I want to, like, I have an inkling to say it that way, but I don't know what on earth that would be from.
What happened to Rosalia's arm? Did she lose that in the war? Did I miss something?
Yeah. No, she lost that from her side job.
Jesus Christ. No, I was kind of picturing her with an eye patch.
Yeah.
No. No, I wasn't. Trust me, I feel like I tell you everything I'm picturing for a character in my scripts. I don't really leave much to your imagination.
What color eyes do people with red hair have? Like blue? Yeah.
I don't have red hair. Mine's pink.
True.
Kindred Heavens already looks like an amazing comic. By the way, more of Lucia and Mia sparring when?
Sometime. Probably.
He just says that means he don't got it drawn. But that means that he's never gonna say no.
It's possible. I won't rule it out.
Now I do have a genuine question for you about art. So today we uploaded the MILF Lucia loot to Patreon.
Yes.
But that is not the post that you posted on Twitter.
Right.
Why?
Because I try and post fan art on Mondays.
Ah, so it's just that's the reason. Because normally you do post the day I post Elude is the day like the normal post goes up. So I was kind of confused.
It'll get up. It's just, usually I post fan art on Mondays. So since obviously that's not fan art, it didn't go up today.
Oh, I didn't know you had a Twitch. Well, hello, welcome.
Hey, sure do. Nice to have you. We're just goofy little guys. We're just streaming a little bit, doing a little drawing. Well, Bryce isn't. I am.
I'm doing a little sitting here. Sleepy, hungry.
I am also quite hungry. Our eyes are like green. That's not what I want. I want them to be blue.
Well, to make them blue. You know you're an artist. You have the power to do that.
You know, I also have the power to kick you in the balls.
Not if I finish Nausicaa before the end of the month.
That's true. Actually, no, I like that color.
I adore your work. Your poses are genuinely gorgeous to look at.
Thanks. I try. I do like my poses. Oh, that's not what I want.
Did we keep the gimmick where the kids wear like helmets or hats or whatever?
Two of them have hats in your description.
I just remember I remember originally they were called like the Helmet Troop, and that was the gimmick. And
I don't think they are.
Yeah, I don't think they are anymore. I just didn't remember if I still had them wearing them or not. It's okay. I can't remember all their names anyway.
You can't? Really? Try.
Tyrone, Marzio, and I forget the other one.
Carmelo.
Carmelo, yeah. Teddy Draws says, I saw you drew my friend Brand's OC Mac.
Yeah, it was fun. I got commissioned to by JMO Art.
The goat.
So, which is nice.
Which is nice.
Is there a way? Can we set it up where like when somebody subs, it plays like the which is nice thing?
I could, yeah. I could set that up as the audio thing too.
Can you set that up for next stream?
I could set it up to where every one of like the little alert things that pops up is just from the Regal trailer.
That would be really funny. Oh. You should do that.
Yeah, I could do that. We could put we could put the follower one. It has no sound because that'd be really annoying, but it'd be really funny if it was the "Hey you guys," but we played the sound. So just every 2 seconds in stream, it was just that over and over.
That's pretty funny.
It just happened as I was saying that, for the record, like the follow thing. Really, really funny.
So does this look about what you were thinking for Rosalia?
Yeah, it's about what I was picturing. Again, like I said, I mean, I feel like I don't really leave much room for you not to know what I'm picturing in my scripts.
I should probably actually color the overalls.
Follower should be the beautiful friendship one. Oh, that's true.
This is a great idea. Yeah, have this set up for Wednesday. That'd be sick.
Remind me to do this tomorrow because I'm not going to remember.
That's the problem is I also probably won't remember. Ingo, remind us. Actually, remind Bryce. It's not going to be me. I don't know all that OBS black magic that Bryce does.
Ingo, remind me, okay?
Remind him. Ingo.
Tomorrow, remind me.
Remind him tomorrow.
The best part about Ingo is that when we tell him to remind us to do stuff, he always reminds us. Like, he never forgets. And he has no actual obligation to remember. He just does it.
Because he's a good guy.
It's because you're a swell fella.
A swella. I decided I didn't like that eye color after all.
Wow.
But it's good now. It's good now.
I don't know if we really have time for something unhinged at this point, unless you can whip up something real quick. Draw an unhinged horse.
No, that didn't work.
You actually already drew Vorus. I guess that was pretty unhinged.
I did draw Vorus.
Do you have any advice for dynamic poses? I struggled to find a reference or think up one.
My advice would be really good, like I am. No, for dynamic poses, use reference. Reference is really good at finding stuff and practice figure drawing.
We said I struggle to find reference, so could you?
Oh, you struggle to find reference. Pinterest. Pinterest has a lot of cool stuff on it. And if you find one, like I just loaded up my Pinterest and this image was the first one that I found. Like if you find this, a lot of the bottom ones have similar poses. So if you find like a cool pose, you just scroll underneath it and then there's a bunch of stuff. And then also you can find stuff like, I was about to show some women in their underwear, but that's fine. You'll find stuff like this that has multiple poses on it. And if you scroll under those, usually there are more sheets of multiple poses. So like, you know, this one's underneath it. And so when you just keep scrolling underneath all of these posts, you literally see thousands of images of different poses. And they're all in the same style. And so like the more like this tab underneath Pinterest posts, super, super helpful. I'll do that pretty much all the time. When I'm looking for a pose, is I'll just go on Pinterest, find one pose that I like, and then underneath it I can usually find a bunch.
Just reference that.
Just reference that. Okay, for my final drawing, I will actually use reference. And reference this drawing here, or this pose here.
My goat. What do we? No, this is good.
Is this unhinged enough for you, Twitch?
That's my horse. I'll put Rosalia inside of it. He consumes everything. His name is spelled like this. Horus. When we say it fast, it sounds like horse. Horus. Jesus Christ. I feel like we have to end every stream with a horse drawing now.
What have I done?
It kind of looks like he's like pregnant in this one. Not really like a vor thing. It looks like he's like carrying Rosalia as his child.
How did I get here?
Well, everyone, that was a good stream.
Oh, that was good. We just clipped 100 viewers.
Let's go.
In tradition, as soon as we peak in viewership, we leave.
It's time to go. Goodbye, everybody.
Well, hold on. I don't even.
We're not goodbye, everybody. We're still here.
You need to
I
chill.
assumed he started to sign off. I thought that meant that he found someone to raid, but he hadn't found someone to raid. Everyone be nice to whoever
All
we
right,
raid.
race has started. Go, 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 go.